Hey everybody, this is Adesha Aaliyah. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'll be showing you how I did a soft glam beat on one of my closest friends. So first I started out with the NYX HD primer base, and then I used this brush I got from Ulta. It's called Heavenly Skin. I just use this brush to move around the primer. Just remember that primer helps the makeup stick to your skin. Then for eyebrows, I like to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color dark brown. I start by lining the top of the brow and then the bottom of the brow and then filling it in. Once I got the eyebrow in the shape that I wanted to be, I go in with concealer. Today for her, I went in with the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer in the shade 385 or Amber. And then I mixed that with the LA Pro Concealer in the shade Suede. And when I'm doing this, all I do is outline the eyebrow with the concealer, the top of the eyebrow and the bottom of the eyebrow. This just helps clean up the eyebrow altogether, getting rid of those dark marks that we might have made when we messed up trying to fill in the eyebrow or outline the eyebrow. Now that I'm finished putting concealer around the eyebrows, I'm going in with this smaller brush that I use. It is the Morphe M421, and I was just going in to kind of blend that out. And now I'm going in with my spoolie. This I got it from Walmart. And then I went in with one of my bigger brushes, the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, to help blend out that a little bit more. Now I'm going in with the eyes, and I start out with a primer. It's called the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. The palette I'll be using today is the Morphe 350 Natural Glow palette. And I'll go in first with this dark brown to blend into her crease. Next I'm going in with this like warm tan color, and I'm using that color to blend out the harsh line of the dark brown that I use for in the crease. Palette Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Suede, and I'm going to use that to cut her crease. Everybody's cut crease is not all going to be the same. Your cut crease should be determined by the shape of your eye. And for her, I went with an almond shape. A lot of people like the more round type of cut creases, but for her, the almond shape was perfect. Now you just see me patting in the concealer to just kind of get it smooth. And then once I'm done with that, I'll go on to the other eye. Now that I'm done with that, I will go in with this gold color that is out of the Morphe palette, the Natural Gold 350 Natural Glow palette. And I'll put that over the cut creases on both sides. Next, I'll be going in with a matte black eyeliner. It is called Essence Super Lash. Juvia's Play Stick Foundation in the shade Abidjan. Next, I will blend that in with my Real Techniques brush, the Expert Face brush, or the 200 brush. Next, I'm using Fenty Beauty's Matte Stick Foundation in the shade Espresso to contour. Now I'm using L'Oreal's Infallible Full Wear Concealer in the shade 385 or Amber, mixed with LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Suede to highlight under her eyes, her forehead, her chin, and the bridge of her nose. And now I'm using my Real Technique 200 brush to blend that out. Then I'm using my Deluxe Crease Brush from Real Techniques to define my contour on the sides of her nose. Now I'm going over my contour that I use for her cheeks and around her head with Fenty Beauty's Cocoa Naughty bronzer. To brighten up her face a little more, I decided to use Cream Fenty Beauty blush in the shade Daiquiri Dip to just bring a little bit more life to her face. Here I'm using my beauty blender to just blend everything in the way I want it. I usually like to use matte setting sprays, but because she has dry skin, I'm going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to set her makeup. For her lips, I'll be using Fenty Beauty's matte lipstick in the shade Unveil. I'll be using this shade to line her lips, and then I'll be going in with Fenty Beauty's matte lipstick in the shade Unbutton, and I'll be using that in more towards the center of her lips. It is looking amazing, and somebody is clearly feeling themselves. Yeah, you bad. Next, I'm using Revolution Banana Light Baking Powder to set my highlight on her forehead, under her eyes, the bridge of her nose, and her chin. And now I'm using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush to just brush away that excess powder. Now I'm using one of my favorite highlighters, the Tribe Highlighter Volume 2 by Juvia's. And I'm going to use this to just add a little shine to her face. A little bit more of that highlighter to brighten up her eyes, but once we're done with that, this look is complete. Here is the final look. It looks amazing. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you, Jayla girl, for being my first client. See you next time.